Hi, and welcome to Angie's Tasty Tuesday, brought to you by Transition Nutrition and Fitness Coaching. I'm Angie, and I'm here every Tuesday to bring you a new and delicious whole food plant-based recipe that you can incorporate into your family's weekly menu. I can tell you that I have searched long and hard for a really good cheese sauce recipe that would make a good mac and cheese that my husband would actually eat. I have tried just about every recipe out there and have done a lot of experimenting, and I finally came up with one that he's actually eating and enjoying. So today we're going to make that cheese sauce and put it on some macaroni at the end to show you how you can make a macaroni and cheese that's delicious and nutritious at the same time. So let's get started. So unlike some recipes where you can kind of fudge the amounts and the ingredients a little bit and still come out with the same product, for this cheese sauce, I highly recommend weighing almost all of the ingredients. We're going to be weighing the almonds, the raw cashews, the silken tofu, the salt, the garlic powder, and the onion powder, because actually weighing is a lot more accurate when you're trying to get a taste and a thickened consistency over time than actually scooping it up and using a raw measure. So today we're going to start off with 1 1/4 cups of almond milk. And this recipe calls for 2 different kinds of nuts, but I do recommend using the almond milk rather than any other nut milk for this specific recipe. It has 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, 70 grams of raw almonds, 65 grams of raw cashews, 4 ounces of silken, and it does have to be silken, tofu, 1 red sweet bell pepper. And because you're going to be blending this for several minutes, you really don't have to cut it, but I do kind of like to break it up into pieces just to make it quite not so hard on the blender. So this is 1 de-seeded red bell pepper, and I use a pretty large one. And this really is the best recipe that I've come up with so far. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Then we're going to add 8 grams of regular or sea salt. Now this, if you are on a reduced salt diet, this should be an occasional treat or a once in a while kind of thing, because this is quite a bit of salt, and I don't usually add any salt to my recipes, but in order to get that cheesy flavor, cheese has a very high concentrated amount of salt. This is nothing compared to what would be in regular cheese, but it does give it the flavor that we're looking for. So 8 grams of salt. I have 2 grams of garlic powder, 3 grams of onion powder, and 3 to 4 shakes, depending on how much heat you like, of red pepper flakes. We're going to put all of this in a high-speed blender, and we're going to let it run on high for 6 minutes. Now, if you have a high-speed blender, then you know that does cook the cheese right in your blender. So you don't have to stir it. You don't have to do anything else. You want to start on low, turn it on, crank it all the way up to high, and let it run for 6 minutes. We'll be right back. So here we have our steaming hot cheese sauce ready to use in a mac and cheese dish or to top any other thing you might want cheese. So here I have 1 box of chickpea elbow macaroni that I've cooked according to the package directions. And depending on how cheesy you like your mac and cheese, you can just start pouring the cheese sauce in and then stir it and see if it's cheesy enough for you, if you like it a little cheesier. But as you can see, this makes a beautiful mac and cheese. It's all ready to put on the table and eat. And we'll get it plated in just a minute. But one of the other options you can do, and one of my favorite ways to use cheese sauce, is to use it on a baked potato with some broccoli and just drizzle the cheese sauce over the top to make my loaded baked potato. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as my family does. Finally found a cheese sauce that everybody loves. And until next time, remember you can see more videos here or here, and you can also subscribe here. Please give us that thumbs up, and don't forget to share our videos with your family and friends so we can continue to keep our channel growing. And until next time, remember, plants are the best medicine.